She Talks Live is back with convos about our journey to wellness with me, Latiesha Handie, and featured co-hosts from the She Tribe.
Well, my name is Latiesha Handie, and I am the founder visionary of She's Got Purpose right here in the city of Hampton.
Sharing our journey to wellness
with music to keep you jumping,
with tips, tools, and tidbits, guiding you on your journey to better health and wellness.
Hey, and we're back. Welcome to She Talks Live podcast from She's Got Purpose with the She Tribe. Come on in the room, ladies. I told them, this time when we come back in here next week, we're going to give a full effect who we are. No. I was in here tripping because I was like, oh my gosh, my hair still looks good. It's a week down, you know what I'm saying? And we talking about hair. Rashina, you got that cute little blonde going on. Who did all that, girlfriend?
Swing it.
No, let me shout out my girl Tasha, Kimora Sky Wigs, Kimora Sky Beauty Bar. Find her on IG, KAMORA, Kimora Sky Beauty Bar. She does the thing. This is a wig, y'all. Y'all know the secret.
You couldn't even tell it was a wig. I'm telling you, you came in fierce. I was like, oh, you can't snatch that back. No, but welcome back, y'all, to the She Talks Live podcast. Thank you for that plug, Rashina. We want to make sure that we are supporting our women because when she wins, we win, and supporting her empowerment is what we do here on the She Tribe. So you are here with us, and if you're joining us, you are in for a treat because we talk about everything wellness. We inspire women to imagine, see, and believe in their unlimited possibilities through our journey to wellness, where we share our truth and our transparency. If you've been following us, then you know that we're talking about change that starts from within, centering healthy friendships and relationships, and that's what this week's talk is all about. If you have not yet liked, commented, or shared, and it's fresh in the conversation, but you can still give us a comment like, hey girl, hey, because we want to hear from you and we want to connect. And the ways that you can do that is through our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. I think we got all the platforms down except for Twitter because I don't do Twitter, but I will try to do Twitter. You know what I'm saying? We just got so many platforms. But anyway, and if you want to follow us on our website, it's she'sgotpurpose.com. Any of the She Tribe ladies that you see on our YouTube page, blog, or Instagram has a handle. Please connect with them because they have their individual stories as well as our collective stories to share with you and to inspire you through their platform. So please connect with us. And when I say connect with us, you don't even know who you're connecting with. So ladies, let's tell them who we are again.
Hello everyone, I'm Rashina.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tamika Ladd.
Hello, I'm Latiesha Renee.
And hi all, I am Chelsea.
And this is, again, the She Tribe, the love of my lives. We definitely are a pair of great friends, and we talk about this week about centering healthy friendships and relationships. As you know, this is Women's History Month. March is all about us. The whole year is all about us, but March is significant because it snapshots that point in time where everything recognized should be all about women. And we are sharing quotes from powerful women that move us and motivate us to keep moving forward. And this week, let me think, we talked about Harriet Tubman last week, right? We did a quote from Harriet Tubman last week. Oh, this week is my girl, my shadow queen, Oprah Winfrey. Y'all love Oprah.
Yes. Yeah. Look, that's my guy mom. I tell everybody, my guy mom.
I know. I just love Oprah so much. It's so many things that she has done for our community that uplift and inspire us that I feel like she just deserves her own year. Just Oprah year. You know how we have Women's History Month, Black History Month. It should be an Oprah year.
Oh, that's nice.
That's,
Okay.
you know, but
I
anyway,
tell
I'm
people
like,
all the time, I'm like, I want to be on that level. I want to feed small countries.
Right.
Yeah.
School.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
right. When Jacqueline Carr said there'll be a women's ministry under you. That's what I want. A whole women's school. But we're talking about centering healthy friendships and relationships. And the quote that I am going to share tonight is from Oprah. It's lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will ride the bus when the limo breaks down. We're going to unpack that.
Please.
Right. Can we unpack that? Lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but you need people that want to ride with you when the limo breaks down. You need people to ride the bus with you when the limo breaks down. How does that hit y'all, ladies?
Defines friendship. I mean, like, it just really defines it. What I'm looking for in someone is that literal ride or die. But, you know, I need someone, even when times are rough, you to be there. And me also being that same person when the times are rough to do that for my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Yeah. Or if the limo, if we need to push the limo together, are you going to push it with me? All right.
Right.
And not only that, can you put $2-3 worth of gas in it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you change a tire? Like what can we do? You know, because the limo, it might have some complications along the way. So that's what that inspires me to think about.
Right. Because when you get the limo, you know, you don't want people to always be trying to ride on your coattails and they don't have anything to contribute to the ride. I'm going to need this gas money.
Right.
Can we get gas? $2 or $3, because when I think of limos, you know, when you finally arrive in the places that you are divinely equipped to be, sometimes, I mean, you have people that are from your past that want to elevate with you, but they may not be equipped for the ride. You may not have enough space for the place that you're going in the limo, and that makes it kind of complicated too. So when you think about a limo, what are some limos of life that we have to make sure that we're centering the right friendships in order to obtain? What are some limos of life?
Ladies, now this is real. Now let's see if y'all ride with me on this bus. My computer needs to be charged. It's gonna die in about 5 minutes. So y'all save the limo for me.
Okay.
Right back.
Okay.
I was so ready to hear what she had to say.
But I appreciate her truth and her transparency. Like, we gonna keep the show going. She said we gonna come back and everything else. But as we segue into the question, what are some limos of life?
I would probably
Career.
say, there you go. Yeah. As you're growing professionally, as you're growing with, personal relationships outside of, the other people that are on the, like, can you stand other people in the limo? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you have to allow the person to be around others in the limo. You're not the only one in the limo. Other companies gonna come and go, but you still have that relationship with, the limo owner, I guess.
I think even a limo is like motherhood. So that's a limo. Y'all said career, that's a limo. I think marriage is a limo.
Oh, yeah.
I also think, hey girl, hey!
That was quick. That was quicker than 5 minutes. Thank you.
We appreciate your snapback.
I was right. See, but let me work it in, y'all. So it's moments like that, when you talk about the limo and being on the bus, when you have those moments where you need someone to step in the gap for you and kind of cover you. Those type of people, those type of friends, when you're having those moments where you're not as strong, you're not as capable, your charger's running low and you need someone to step in. You know what I mean? So it's those type of friendships that you really need to wrap yourself around and wrap yourself with. So thank y'all ladies for having my back.
always we'll put gas in the limo.
Right.
$3.
And we gonna, ride it till the wheels fall off. And even if the limo gets evicted or gets what is it called? Repossessed, we gonna ride the bus with you and beg for change,
Right.
Right.
Because at the same time, we were talking about, like you were explaining, like this is a limo, having those friendships where you know that if you need someone to stand in the gap, that they're there and they're going to be supportive and they're not going to ridicule you and be like, well, why did you have to do this or that, this, that, and third? They're just there. And so we said that a certain limo of life could be motherhood, marriage, even weight loss, even the journey to wellness. This is a limo of life that sometimes you have friends for particular limos.
Absolutely. Good point.
You got more than one friend for, particular limos. And some people can't ride when you're going to certain destinations. So if we use the limo as being a vehicle, but when you talk about where that vehicle is taking you, the people that are on the passenger side have to be equipped to withstand the journey and be able to stand with you in the next destination. Does that make sense?
That makes real good sense, because I know I have been through a lot in the past. I've been through a lot, and I can honestly say I've had a friend through it all. It may not have been the same friend in every situation, but I've had a friend. I've had a prayer partner. I've had someone to say, girl, let's go get a drink. I've had someone to say, let's talk and I won't tell your business. You have those people. I feel like every female has that one friend that they talk to every day. Like, you know all my business, so you bet not say nothing, or I'm gonna get you. Right. So, I just feel like you do have certain individuals, certain ladies that you go through or go to during whatever that's pertaining to what the situation is.
Yeah,
I agree. I could talk about Rasheena's best friend, Tanisha. Like, they are ride or die. So I think that's the kind of friend that you're talking about. Like, all my business and we know the code. Like, you gonna take this to our grave.
right.
And it's so beautiful and humbling to see their relationship, because they do business together, they do life together, they do marriage and parenting together. Those limos of life, they're riding, and she's had a permanent passenger. And I know that in this season there are some other, and I might be telling your story, Rashina, so I'll let you piggyback.
It's interesting you brought, because I was going to bring her up in an example. You talk about those, riding the bus and riding the limo moments. Now that I'm in a certain place in my life, and we do things, and I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. She's like, oh, no. And I'm just remembering the moments when I ran out of gas on J. Clyde Morris, and they got me to the gas station, and my car got declined. And she was the person that I could call and be like, girl, you will never get.
Right.
She's gonna show up. She gonna fill my tank up, and she gonna give me a shoulder to cry on because I'm embarrassed. You know what I mean? So when you get into a better place on the limo, you really have this gratefulness, this grateful feeling of giving back. They stuck with you. They rode with you during those bus rides.
Right.
And that's who my best friend is to me, because she's been riding with me since the beginning, since the dirty down under moment. Right. So is a foundation.
Yeah.
I'd also say, in terms of being on the limo, what role that person, like, we all have a role or a position in the limo. Like, I can't be the driver, or I'm on a certain place for a certain reason. Like, for me, example, I don't talk a lot. I'm a listener, if anything. That's what I think. I don't do a lot of. That's just not my way. But so I would probably consider myself someone that could just listen. If you just need somebody to talk to, or whatever. I give feedback when needed to, but I my judgment zone, I try to be as low as possible when it comes to judging people and what's going on. I try to just minimize it as less as possible, but just be a listener. And I try to just go with that, because I think sometimes in a lot of situations, people just they may not want a specific answer, but they just want somebody to listen to what they have going on, or what they want to do, or listen to what they, their past or the future or whatever it is. So know your role in the limo or the bus.
Yep.
That's good, because sometimes you do just want to vent, or sometimes you'll feel like, I want to talk to her, or I want to tell somebody something, but I don't want to hear what they're going to say back. Sometimes you just want to spill it and just listen. And I don't need you to tell me what I should do, because I already know what I should do, but I just want to get it off my chest. So Chelsea, you a good friend. I'll call you so
Yeah.
Okay.
so you can listen. Like, I don't need you to say anything. Just listen. And don't tell me what I should do, because I already know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we all call Chels. Because I'm definitely the talker. Y'all know that. I'd be like, well, let's think about this.
Yeah.
How can I help you? Right. What do you need? Right. I'm definitely that friend that is the fixer, or trying to find the solution for you. I don't like to be met with questions I can't answer. And so that creates some obstacles for me, because sometimes, even in being a great friend, we take on burdens that are not our own, and responsibility for challenges where people just want to unpack, as you put it, Tish, and being able to be in the space, being courageous enough to just listen and not feel obligated to fix.
Right.
So, and sometimes when you overexert yourself in the position that wasn't meant for you to play, you become exhausted with responsibilities that weren't your own, and then it taxes on the friendship.
Yeah.
Right.
I've lived through that.
Yeah. And the roles, so like for as much as Dr. Tamika Lett and I were talking, affectionately known as Tamika, we were talking yesterday, when we were having a consulting meeting.
Chelsea.
Oh yes. Well, let me give you a background story. So yesterday, or whenever we were talking, I was on the phone. I was at Tamika's house, and Chelsea called me, and she was like, where you at? I said, Tamika's house. And Tamika was like, hey. And she was like, hey. And so I said, hello. And she was like, do you mean Dr. Lett? I don't know Tamika. She said, I don't know Tamika. And so she didn't want to say hi. I said, yeah, Chelsea takes a while to warm up to people she doesn't know. But when she knew it was Dr. Lett, she was like, oh, hey, girl. I was like, y'all are terrible. But anyway, when we were at her house, changing positions is what I was talking about. Sometimes you're going to be the mechanic. Sometimes you'll be the passenger. Sometimes you'll be the driver. Sometimes you'll be the backseat driver, But when we first met, she was my professor, right? And then as our roles and our story started to evolve, she changed from being just my professor to being something more intimate. And so our friendship was always centered around our progress, her progress in being a educator, and my progress in being a recipient of that, the teacher role. So she played that part of my life as an educator. And then from there, our roles changed once I was out of that season into being a friend. And so now the conversations that we have are not centered around the same topic, and people can change in their roles. Just like with Rashina and I, she's mentioned before in previous episodes how we met through a mutual friend. And initially that was our conduit to when we would meet, when we'd have opportunities to be engaged with each other. It was through this mutual friend that once we would all be together, that would be our time. But since our time has changed and our season has changed, our relationship is now molded differently, where it's almost like where God came and said, you don't need to go to the temple. You now have, it's coming through you. It's no longer coming to you. It's coming through you. So we didn't need a middleman anymore because we had developed a relationship on our own that allowed us to communicate to each other in a different way, in a different manner. And I think it's important to recognize those things. One, when you're growing into a different season with people you're intended to keep, and when you're growing out of a season with people you're intended to let go. And that's okay too. You know, because we talk about a lot about how, oh, we're having these great friendships and you know, we center them, and everybody should have that one girlfriend, like Tish says, that you take it to the grave with. But then there's also seasons where their time runs up. And that doesn't have to be negative, right?
Right.
Yep.
It comes from growth.
Yeah.
You're just ready for, you know, I the only way I can relate to this is, and make it plain, is Facebook. So every now and again, I will have to delete a few people because it's like, I don't want to see what you're posting. It's not benefiting me. And I know it's your page, you post what you want. But if you're coming across a certain way that's not good for my life and for my energy, and I'm scrolling in my downtime for entertainment or whatever, and it's just your page is like constantly being negative, then I can unfollow, I can unfriend. And so you can do that in real life with people that's in your circle, or, you know, your friends that you, what we're talking about when your season is up, you know, when we feel like I've outgrown you, or you still lagging in a, you know, certain situation. But that's the way I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And even if the friendship or the relationship or the connection isn't there, who knows? It may come back to you. Look at Latiesha and I. We were little teeny boppers, like little girls. We just, you know, being silly. And look at us now. Like, I never would have thought, like, oh, I'll meet this girl in 20 years, you know, doing, you know, something different. So if it goes away and it's meant to be, it'll come right back, you know, and it'll come back like this, you know, and in the appropriate season, you know, in the right time, without being forced and, you know, being uncomfortable, and, you know, it's just organic. So
Right. And sometimes your journey just takes those, you know, how do they say, crossroads. Your journey is at a crossroad, and it's time for you to pivot in a different direction than the way that you were traveling the road together. And that's okay. It doesn't even have to be negative. I think we have to foster ways to make that more accepting, because I think, especially in African American, Black communities, women, we don't have to suspend or postpone or travel from a friendship in a negative way. We don't have to leave the situation bitter, I guess. When your time is up, I think it's good to reflect in that moment so that you don't have any mixed emotions, you know, or it could be just like, okay, girl, we're going on our individual journeys. I'll see you in the end, you know, and I thank you for the time that we have, because every relationship is purpose. It's purposeful for whatever season that you're in, and it is intended to help you grow. There are no mistakes. They say that anybody that believes in coincidence is law unrecognized. And so that means that if you think that it was just a coincidence that you were friends with this person, it's not. We have to learn how to release things in their due time, accept things in their due time, and continue to grow and be okay with the seasonal changes.
Yeah.
I like too that you said that the roles can switch sometime. I know for me, my personality is bubbly and I'm always happy and cheerful and happy-go-lucky. But when something does happen, you know, I'm gonna need someone, you know, that girlfriend, to say, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you not acting yourself, you know? And sometimes it's not an attitude, but it's like, I can have a blah day, you know, I can be not so bubbly sometimes, but I will need that individual, that friend, to say, hey, you know, what's wrong? Let's talk. And then also, it made me think about how you have those girlfriends, but you don't talk to them every day. You don't see them every weekend. But when you do get an opportunity, because you are a mother, because you are a wife, because you are doing your job and going to school and have so many other things to do, when you do hook back up, it's like you never missed a beat.
Right.
So that is a solid friendship and a relationship as well. I don't think that that's an ending to a relationship or a friendship. I just think that, you go off and you do your own thing, but you never miss a beat when you do have the chance to get back together.
Yeah, mature relationships. And that's how I see them, very mature. We're just busy, a lot of us, especially us and the She Tribe. There's a lot of stuff going on, and not for someone not to take it offensively that I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks. I have a lot going on, and as my friend, you kind of know that, and I know that you have stuff going. I don't take it offensively. I check in. I mean, I had a friend, one of my closest friends from college. He hit me up today because he ran into another one of our friends to say, hey, I saw them and I remembered I hadn't texted you in a while. No hard feelings. We laughed about it, joked and everything, text, everything. Nothing's missed. I don't feel bad. He has a wife and children and things going on. I have husband, things going on over here. So there's no hard feelings because I know life gets in the way, but it's the solid friendship that we have, that we can mature, that we can walk away and then come back and still be okay. And nobody feels slighted about the relationship.
And that's it. And I think that's a conversation to be had. So when you are busy and you got a lot of stuff going on, then I don't think that you acting funny. Oh, she thinks she all that, or she changed, or she this, or she that, because that's always quick to come. But it's like, wait a minute. I am all that, but but I still love you, girl. Like, let me pencil you in. Like, I have a calendar like an old lady. Like, I have to put it down, or I'll forget, or I'm busy. It's just that, but no love lost.
Right.
Don't take it. But that's where, I guess that's where it comes back to knowing what your role is in the limo, or the other person's role is in the limo. Sometimes I know with me, I need to sometimes meditate and just reflect within my own mind. Like, it's not personal, but then I'm also the random person that I might call you like 3 a.m, like, let's go skydiving. Like, I'm just like, hey, but it's nothing personal. It's nothing, taking away, but you have to know that Chelsea's random like that at times versus Miss Tisha. She will check on you every day. Like, she'll, that's who she is and that's how she rolls, which is nothing taken away or from me or from her. That's just, I know that that's her, it's just, I don't know. I guess like you said, Latiesha, just don't take it personally. Like, it's not something I did. I didn't smell funny that day, or right, or my breath wasn't, or just something else is going on. We're adults here, okay? We're adults.
Right. Yep.
I like all of what is being said, and the growth and the maturity and the piece about knowing your role in the limo. That one resonated because I went through a moment where I had to kind of purge, and it was actually something I was asking God for. I was like, I need to be around more like-minded women. I want to diversify the women that are around me, because I want to do some things a little bit differently. And so I started kind of, purging my immediate circle. And then, how they say, be careful what you ask for, because then I was getting surrounded by all these dynamic women, and I'm like, I need to be the loudest one in the room.
We do that, don't we?
I'm the fabulous one. Wait a minute. And then you have this moment where you're like, okay, Rashina, no, you don't have to always have something to say. You don't have to be the loudest one in the room. Know your place. Be able to celebrate other women, celebrate the fabulous other women.
Come on.
This is what you asked for. You want to glean from these women. You want to learn from them. You want to be filled, by them. And so give an opportunity. And as Chelsea, listen more, talk less. That was something that I know probably 2 years ago I had to start really getting with myself and taking myself down a couple notches. and realizing that, you know, there's a reason and there's a purpose why you're surrounded by all of this greatness. Soak it up. Just be still in it and soak it up. So knowing my place is different in the limo.
Right. I appreciate that. And I think Chelsea and I both agree that you deserve an Oscar for that hair flip, honey. But no,
First of all, I'd like to thank.
You better get your award. You better get your award.
Right. So now I don't feel so bad that when we came back, y'all saw me putting lip gloss on. I was like, "Ooh, we back." But no, I appreciate your transparency, Rashina, to be honest, as you theme in many spaces about honesty and being transparent about needing to be the star. You know, I think that was a very courageous statement, because it's things that I'm sure we all feel at times that we don't speak audibly, but it shows in our actions and how we present opportunities, how we face opportunities. And you know, it's funny that you say that, because when I think of a mega lineup, like if we're thinking about Coachella, and it's like, how do you have all of those powerful people? Because, you know, you got to be the bees of the bees in order to be at Coachella and be performing. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the creme de la creme. Hopefully we can get to Coachella. But anyway, you know, hopeful thinking. But all of those people have their own platforms, their own following, their own influence, and they're able to take the same stage and not be fearful that somebody is going to outshine their moment. And I think it's important, when you are fostering those dynamic relationships, that you respect the value and the uniqueness that each one of us brings, you know, because there are times where you feel it almost cowers you sometimes. Like, am I not what I thought I was? When you compare your story, but they say that comparison is the thief of all joy. And so you have to present yourself in your own lane. And then as long as you're comparing it to that lane, you'll never be disappointed, because you outshine yourself. You continuously evolve, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why, even with this platform, there is no way that I could do this by myself, period. There is no way that I could mimic the characteristics that you all bring to the table that would connect to women that don't really resonate with my story. You know, and that's a reality, that I will not be able to connect to all women in all things and be all things to all people. And it takes the diversity of all of our stories and experiences to connect the masses. And that's how we make that network of a powerful connection. And so when we're centering friendships, I think that that's a great place to leave at, that your friendships should be people that lift you higher. And that also is by Oprah, that center yourself with people that have the ability to lift you higher. If they can't make you better on your platforms and you can't add value to their platforms, then you want to reconsider your circle. Because in this season, as women who are motivated, especially women in the 20th century, 21st century, it is our rise to fame to be able to join together, because there are strengths in numbers. And even when you fit that little storming, norming, performing season with the women that you center yourself with, don't abandon the process because y'all are getting to a tip. You know, you're not always going to see eye to eye because your perspectives are not the same. So make sure when you're having these adult relationships and friendships that you are realistic to the process, that you will not always agree and you will not always be on one accord, but you have to weigh that against the value that your friendship brings to the table.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Agreed.
I think that's good. I think that's a good segue. Center yourself with friendships that lift you higher. Make sure that your relationships are meaningful and dynamic. This was an amazing conversation. We hope that you have received something from it, a tip, a tool, a tidbit. And we would like to hear tips, tools, and tidbits from you as far as how we can continue to nourish our relationships and center healthy friendships with the She Tribe. Please, please, please like, share, and comment on our YouTube channel at She's Got Purpose or on your favorite podcast channel. And we want to continue the conversation on our platforms. As I said, we are not a silo of one. The She Tribe is only one area where you can get dynamic talks from women. We have our sisters on the line that have their own platforms that they would like to share with you as a resource to get connected. So we have Divas That Dialogue with Rashina Harris, Chelsea's Health and Wellness, and Tamika Plain, Dr. Tamika Lett. I'm sorry, I'm dating her because that was before she got married. You know, she's been married for so long now. I should not even call her
for the name.
Right. Dr. Lett, Tamika Lett, and her platform. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Rashina, to tell us about Divas That Dialogue, Chelsea, and Dr. Lett.
Absolutely. Every third Saturday at 7 p.m., I have a platform called Divas That Dialogue. It is a safe space for all walks of life, all women who come and talk about taboo topics. If you are interested, you can reach out to me on Facebook at Rashina Harris or at my IG at Lady Empress 757. It is not recorded, and you only can join with a special invite from me. So come out, bring your wine, have your soft music in the background, and we'll just dialogue. You all can join me at some point. We also have special guests that come out and experts. You may even see one of the ladies here at one of our Divas That Dialogue in the near future. So please come out and join me.
We'll be there. Chelsea.
I am Chelsea. Follow me. I keep doing this wrong. Okay, at Mrs. _ Wealth on IG. Basically, it follows my journey, starting out how I changed my lifestyle, lost a whole bunch of weight, how I maintain it, what I do daily, cooking, nutrition, positivity, lots of good stuff, no negativity. Follow me there. Hopefully soon, not hopefully, there will be a cookbook soon. I would project by the end of the year at most. And She's Got Helping, She's Got Purpose, and being on She Talks Live. Yeah, go there. Here. I don't know. Yeah, next.
Anywhere.
Right.
Dr. Lett, I think it's you.
Yeah. I am Dr. Tamika Ladd. I am the owner of TL Payne consulting firm, human services, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and legacy making. So I work with individuals on just creating a lasting legacy. And I have a journal, the Legacy Atlas, which you can find on tlpayneconsultingllc.com. So follow me on Instagram at Dr. Tamika Ladd and Facebook at TL Payne Consulting LLC.
Okay, well, I think we found ways that we can connect. By this point, I think we've run out of time. I think we have. But if you have not connected to our She Talks Live podcast Facebook page, please make sure to do that. She Talks Live has a public group on Facebook, so you can follow us as we share tips, tools, and tidbits there. Please also make your comments there. You know our podcast is here the first, second, and third Sunday at 5 p.m. Don't meet us there. Beat us there on our next conversation episode. What are we going to? 6 on Letting Go. I think we're out, ladies. Let's say bye.
Bye.
Meet us on YouTube at she'sgotpurpose.com the first, second, and third Sunday at 5.
Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
Can't wait to meet you on the journey, partner.
We'll see you at the top.
Can't wait to take this journey with you all.
Will you journey with us?
Bye, guys.